Well, you might call it a necessary evil. Environmentalists say road salt isn't good for the environment, but others say we need it to keep our roads safe in winter, and it's cheaper. Well, Mark Watson says his dog died because of road salt. That's what he believes, and he's invented an alternative which he says is eco-friendly. Mark and his new dog join us now from Ottawa. Hello, Mark.
Good morning.
Before there was Rupert by your side, there was a dog named Grover, and your story actually begins with him. What happened to Grover, Mark?
Well, Grover was actually an identical dog to Rupert, he developed cancer. He developed lymphoma and suddenly died. That was a few years ago, as did a couple of other dogs on our street from cancer. And we believe it was a result of the toxins in the road salt.
In road salt. Now, what led you to that conclusion?
Right. Well, after the second dog died, Grover was an 8-year-old spaniel. My neighbor's dog was a 2-year-old chocolate lab, and they both died like within a few weeks of each other. It was very, very unusual. So we went to the vet, and the vet suggested we speak to an oncologist, who then said there was likely a toxin in the environment that was triggering this lymphoma. So after doing some further investigation, we found out that there were, in fact, toxins in the road salt. The road salt that they put on the roads isn't your normal table salt. It's got all kinds of other products in there, heavy metals, but also anti-caking agencies like ferrocyanide, which are known carcinogens.
Well, there is no doubt that road salt is named as environmentally toxic, and people have been looking for links between road salt and cancer, but there's nothing definite scientifically there, is there yet? One
University of Victoria professor made what he thought was a definitive link. But you're right. I mean, it would take a multi-million-dollar study, I guess, to further validate that.
But still, you had questions, and those questions led to this discovery of EcoTraction. What is it? Yeah.
EcoTraction is an all-natural volcanic mineral, and it's naturally occurring. It's absolutely safe for everything. And it has an amazing traction capability. So as opposed to being an ice melter, it actually creates a traction zone on the surface of ice. On ice, there's always a thin layer of water. And what EcoTraction does, it's very, very porous. It absorbs that thin layer of water on the surface of ice and embeds itself, creating like a sandpaper effect so that you don't slip and fall. And it provides 7 times better traction than sand.
So, better traction. Well, in Canada, we use some 5 million tons of road salt every single year, and part of the reason behind that is people think it's cheaper. How's EcoTraction in terms of economy?
Yeah, well, EcoTraction is definitely economically viable, and we have this misconception that because salt is so cheap that it's actually the way to go, but for every ton of salt that we put on the road, like municipalities buy salt these days for about $60 a ton. There's been many studies out there that show that each ton of salt that we put on the road causes about $2,000 worth of damage. EcoTraction, on the other hand, might be a little bit more upfront, but it causes zero damage. Zero damage to cars, zero damage to concrete, zero damage to the environment, zero damage to pets.
So how are sales of EcoTraction doing that?
The sales of EcoTraction are doing very well this year. It's been a phenomenal winter for us. We've had over a 2,000% increase in sales, and we've been selling out across the country at Home Depot. People have been buying it. They've loved the product. They say it really works.
What about politicians? They're thinking green. Do they know about the product too?
The Mayor of Toronto has expressed an interest in it. Different communities such as Whistler and Banff, which are very eco-aware and have banned salt. And even on a federal level, Elizabeth May, the leader of the Green Party, as well as Stéphane Dion, the Liberal of the Liberal Party, have been using this product.
A lot of interest too, probably after our conversation as well. Mark, thank you very much for being here. Thanks to Rupert as well.
Thank you for your interest.
Now, if you're interested, you can pick up a bag of EcoTraction at your local Home Depot, or if you want to learn more, go to this website, www.earthinnovations.com. Every week, as you know, we ask what you're doing to go green, and here are some of the emails that you've shared with us. Holly Myers from Toronto writes this: "Part of my life mission is being as green as I can and help others do the same. I belong to a volunteer organization called Future Possibilities, where children are coached to set goals and change the world one goal at a time." David Graham writes, "Your discussion on things green got me thinking about what the government is doing to reduce fossil fuel usage. The best kept secret is at www.ecoaction.gc.ca, where you can get rebates for equipment that uses less hydro." Remember, we always want to hear from you too. What are you doing to go green? Send us your comments, any ideas, any solutions you have for a greener life. Here's our address, CBC News Morning at cbc.ca. Now, to watch for and listen to this week, some special green programming that our network will have for you all this week. It's the Green Rush series, all about the green industry, products and services being developed and sold with the environment in mind. You can watch for that today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. You could listen to it on CBC Radio's World Report and The World at 6, the National on CBC Television, and our website, cbc.ca, with lots of material for you there. We'll be back with Colleen in just a second as we take a look at your weather forecast again.